Okay, so normally I would have just pulled the stream from, or pulled the recording from the stream, and we would have been able to just upload it straight to YouTube with my cohort, my pain in the ass friend Chance. But there were so many technical difficulties with that I felt like it was just better to go back and talk about season one. So obviously the first video was season zero, or episode zero, because we needed to get through one season to do the expansion and then start the expansion and then go from there. So what happened last year? And to do that, I need to go to League history. So if you look at last year, well, before we even get to that, we both had expectations for what the last season was going to look like. I said that I felt like we had a good enough team to make the play-in tournament, and he said he was just going to be a lottery team. And we were both correct about what was going to happen. I ended up making the play-in, and he ended up as just a straight lottery team. With that being said, I'm using specific words because I was a lottery, or excuse me, a play-in team, because I did not make the NBA playoffs. We were the seventh seed, if I'm not mistaken, and we ended up getting knocked out. We had two chances to get in, and we got knocked out. We lost both games. I can't remember who we lost to, but it's nothing you can do about that. I really didn't think that we were gonna actually make it. I thought we were gonna be like a 10 seed, but we ended up being the 7 seed and still just not being able to make it. So it is what it is with that. So yeah, little other things that happen. So first off, I'm trying to see where's the best way to look at the past, but I guess there really isn't. League history. Victor Wembanyama won Most Valuable Player. Rookie of the Year was his rookie, Wilson Parker. I can't look at his stuff right now. We'll look at it another way. Sixth Man of the Year was DeJounte Murray. Defensive Player of the Year, Victor Wembanyama. Most Improved was Walker Kessler off of my team. So we both had people that won awards. Clutch Player of the Year was Paulo Banchero, and then All NBA First Team. This is a terrible way to look at it, but yeah, First Team was Victor Wembanyama, Nikola Jokic, Cade Cunningham, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Second Team, Tyrese Halliburton, Trae Young off of my team made it. Luka Doncic, Anthony Edwards, and Jason Tatum. Third Team, Paulo Banchero, Jalen Johnson, Chet Holmgren, Kyrie Irving, and Jalen Brunson. All defensive first team, Donovan Klingon, Walker Kessler, also all defensive first team. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chet Holmgren, Victor Wembanyama. Second team, Nikola Jokic, Asar Thompson, Evan Mobley, Kellen Ware, and Robin Williams. The third all rookie first team, Javon Small, Caleb Love, Glenn Sheldon, Gabe Levis, and Wilson Parker. Second team, Stefan Schroeder, Nikola Topic, Rod Davis, Dusty Powell, and Ronnie Gilmore. Coach of the Year went to Chris Finch from the Minnesota Timberwolves. All right. And the winner of the NBA Finals was the Minnesota Timberwolves. So if you remember, Minnesota got moved to the East so that we can expand the Western Conference. So that's why Minnesota played the Pelicans and they beat them 4-2 in the NBA Finals. So yeah, that's what that looked like. We're going to look at both our teams real quick just to oh wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Probably best if I did roster. All right, so Trey Young for me last year averaged 31.2 points per game, 1.9 rebounds, 6.9 assists, 1.1 steals, shooting 51% from the field, 42% from the 3 point line, and 83% from the free throw line. So Trey Young was obviously my best player, best scorer, bar none. He's the only reason why we even ended up as good as we were, and we weren't even that good. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm gonna try to find the record. But I think last year he had like 55 in the game. I think that was his career high, or not career high, season high last year. Walker Kessler, 11.3 points per game, 13.6 rebounds, 1.2 assists, zero point 0.7 steals, and 2.5 blocks. Shooting 54% from the field, 36% from three. That's actually very surprising. And 67% from the free throw line. Jerome Ramsey, as you remember, he was my first round pick last year, sixth overall. And oh, wait. Okay, that was right. That was right. Okay. For some reason it went to per 36. Anyways, career stats. So he ended up not getting a lot of playing time for me last year. Just couldn't get him onto the floor, and it sucks because I mean he was my sixth overall pick. He was the sixth overall pick in the draft, and couldn't find a way to get him on the floor. But he averaged 5 points, one board, 1.9 boards, 3.1 assists per game. 34% from the field, 26% from the 3 point line, 81% from the free throw line. Only averaged 12 minutes per game. So he's definitely looking to get on the floor more. I mean, he's my third highest rated player. So yeah. This guy, he was not with me last year. He's somebody who I signed in free agency to go along with. Oh wait, no, I had Moses Moody. He averaged 12.7 points, 2.8 boards, 1.2 assists, one steal per game, shooting 46% from the field, 41% from the 3 point line, and 79% from three. I made a big trade to help spur the team along a bit in getting Keegan Murray. I forget what I gave up exactly for him, but as you can see, I made it in the middle of the season. He ended up averaging 14 points, 5 boards, 1.5 assists, 1 steal, and 1.3 blocks. Overall, he was a great player. 47% from the field, 38% from the 3 point line, and 78% from the free throw line. He was overall a great player for me. He even had a big game. I think 47 in his first game with us. I think that's what happened. It was somewhere in the 40s. It might have been that 47, might have been something slightly lower, but yeah, he definitely contributed big for us. Jordan Poole, I added last year, or excuse me, in free agency. Jarris Walker, he averaged 14 points, 4 boards, 2.6 assists, zero point 0.9 steals, zero point 0.6 blocks per game, shooting 51% from the field, 41% from the 3 point line, and 78% from the free throw line. Stephen Lewis. So I got the 15th pick in the draft because I made the play in but did not make the actual playoffs. And this is who I drafted. I believe he had Hall of Fame ceiling, but his floor was bench. So it's going to be a huge swing either way. It's either he's going to be really good or really bad. Uh, this is hilarious because, as you can see, he was part of the Sacramento trade where I traded him to the Kings for Keegan Murray, and then I ended up signing him back in free agency. Uh, oh yeah, Tyler was with me last year. and then I ended up not signing him, and then and then I ended up not picking up his option, and then ended up signing him, which is hilarious because I got him for super cheap, $2.4 million. He was asking for like eight, and I signed him on like the very last day. So still there because he averaged 8 points, 2.3 boards, 2.4 assists per game, shooting 44% from the field, 36% from the 3 point line, and 84% from the free throw line. This was my second round pick. No, he's a guy I just randomly picked up. I needed some more big man depth, in my opinion, and he was a pickup. He actually progressed extremely well. He was like low 60s, I think, and he went up almost by 10. Oh wait, did I trade from? I thought I signed him in free agency, so I might have traded. Not might have. I definitely did trade somebody. Well, Philly for him. I don't know who I traded for him though. But yeah, he was just on the roster and he ended up improving. Jason Rose was another player I just picked up in a trade, and then Patrick Franklin. I think yeah, this is my 17th pick in the draft. Oh yeah, I had two picks. That's what happened. So he went two picks later from the other guy that I drafted, Lewis. But I wanted another player. The guy went right before I went, which sucks. So I ended up with him. He had decent comp, so that's why I wasn't too mad about that. And this was my second round pick in Harry Whitehead, another shooting guard. And that's my roster. Now going to the Venoms roster. So his best player is Peyton Watson. I don't know what his thinking is in this, but hey, Peyton Watson averaged 12 points, 5 boards, 1.3 assists, 1 steal, 1.2 blocks per game, shooting 51% from the field, 42% from the 3 point line, and 72% from the free throw line. So, I mean, this is his best guy. We'll see if he can lead them in scoring. Also, something he that Chance ended up doing is he went with a fully degenerate roster. So first off, he went out and got Jaden Ivey. He paid a hefty penny for him, if I'm not mistaken. $15 million on a 1 year deal. That's a lot for 1 year. But he averaged 20 points per game, 4 boards, 4 assists, and 1 steal for Minnesota last year. Then he went out and got Kevin Porter Jr., averaged 14 points, 3 boards, 3.4 assists, 1.4 steals. Shot 50% from 50% from the field, 38% from three, 83% from free throw line. Jaden Ivey shot 57% from the field, 38% from the 3 point line, 78% from the free throw line. He also went out and got Miles Bridges, 17.9 points per game last year, 4 boards, 2.9 assists, 54% from the field, 27% from three, and 82% from the free throw line. Yeah, that stretch of three players right there is just wild. And he didn't understand why he was not signed, and he went and got him. I was like, yeah, that's, the guy that just got released from the Bulls. And he's like, no. I was like, yeah, it is. So he had to look it up. He just looked at, the team he played for, and he's like, oh, God. And then after he signed him, he just went full force and signed Kevin Porter Jr. and Miles Bridges in free agency. I'm just like, all right, you're making choices here for sure. He did go out and trade for Naz Reid, if I'm not mistaken. It popped up on the bottom ticker because Naz Reid should. Yeah, that should be his contract that he's re-signed with the Timberwolves. Last year, averaged 13 points, 7 boards, 2.3 assists, shooting 48% from the field, 36% from three, and 64% from the free throw line. He got Tari Eason, who guess he had him last year, but averaged 10 points, 6.5 boards, 1.1 assists, 1.3 steals, shooting 47% from the free throw line, 35% from the 3-point line, and 74% from the free throw line. Tobias Harris, he also had last year 14 points, 4 boards, 1.1 assists, 1 steal, 51% from the field, 32% from the free throw line, 81% from the free throw line. Kobe Sanders is a player he picked up in free agency. Jared Vanderbilt, he had last year. He really did not do much for him other than rebound and defend. Sam Merrill, he picked up in free agency as well. Benjamin Shepard, he was his first round pick, 8th overall. So that's where he picked 8th. 6'3", 226 pounds, out of Kansas. He had a good player comp. I had scouted him, and I was like, he's not gonna land at me. But he had also scouted him. That's why he picked him. Wilson Parker was his player that he drafted last year. Only averaged 6.7 boards per game. I think his ending stretch, I can't look at it because it was last year, but his ending stretch of games last year is what helped pushed him over for Rookie of the Year. Howard Jones was his second round pick, 13th overall. He went out and got Klay Thompson, and Klay regressed a lot because he is 35. Yeah. And he also had the 31st pick in the draft and picked this guy from Evansville. And that is his roster. Is there a way for me to just... I don't think I can from here. So overall, there hasn't been too much shakeup in the league, in my personal opinion. You have Asar on the Heat, which I don't freaking understand what the Pistons are doing. As a Pistons fan, I'm like, what the hell? Keontae George rated an 88 is crazy. Jalen Green's on the Kings. Okay. Jonathan Kuminga is in New York. That's a very interesting roster. LeBron's still in the league. He signed a 1-year, $44 million contract. Oh my God. Mark Williams, Luka. Yeah, this is not a good team. You have the Magic. They actually kind of pretty much look the same. Cooper Flag is rated a 94 overall, which is crazy. Kyrie Irving there with him still, and Zach LaVine. Okay. Amen Thompson is in Brooklyn. He's their best player with Igor Demian. Yeah, he's a real player. Averaged 20 points per game last year. Wow. Okay. Nikola Vucevic on this team. Jokic was a free agent and decided to go back there. Michael Porter Jr. back in Denver. So, yeah, Ben Simmons has a job. I'm going to let that sink in. Ben Simmons is back on the NBA roster for 1 year, $3.9 million. Gross overpay, in my opinion. Anyways, Tyrese Halliburton. I was about to say Peja Siakam, Pascal Siakam, Ivaka Subeka, Andrew Nemhard. Was he on my team or I was? No, he was on the test one we did. Quentin Grimes, Jeremiah Fears is rated higher than Zion Williams. That's crazy. And then they have DeJounte Murray, Derek Queen, Trey Murphy. This is a loaded roster, so I feel like this is the team to watch to go back to the finals when we do year 2. Detroit Pistons with Cade Cunningham out for 62 games with a dislocated left patella. I don't like how 2K does online injuries where now you have to wait X amount of games rather than it just being days, because Cade and then there's another player that they could have been potentially back if it was based off of days, but they're going to miss more than half of the year because of that. Ron Holland, Dylan Brooks, Jesus Christ, DeAndre Ayton. I don't know what they're doing over here. Scotty Barnes still with Brandon Ingram, Emmanuel Quickly, Grady Dick, Jacoby Walters, yeah, Reed Shepard, best player on the Houston Rockets with Jabari Smith. They also have Kawhi Leonard, who would be their second best player, because Alfred Şengün, who's out with a left MCL strain, is would be their best player. But unsurprising that Kawhi Leonard is injured. Then you have Victor Wembanyama, highest rated player, 98 overall. Dylan Harper, rated at 90. And then you have De'Aaron Fox, Stephen Castle. I'm surprised they didn't try to trade one of them. Danny Vassell, Carter Bryant. Then you have the Suns, Devin Booker. Oh, is this guy that went to Duke? Yeah, he did. I know who he is. Miles McBride. Yeah, this is a weird team too. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, Cason Wallace, Isaiah Hartenstein, Jared McCain, Nikola Topic, Sid Smart. This is not a real player, right? I do not believe it is. Anthony Edwards still with Julius Randle, Jaden McDaniels, Najai Mitchell, Kyle Kuzma out there now. Somehow they still have Rudy Gobert, but not the starting center. It's this guy, Shaden Sharp and Scoot Henderson leading the way for the Trailblazers. Donovan Clingan and Denny Avila. This would actually be a scary team once Avila comes back. Jeremy Sochan, I'm surprised he's on a roster. Malik Monk he had Malik Monk on his team. He traded him for somebody that I'm pretty sure he didn't even bring back. Tingus Pingus is paired with Steph Curry in Golden State. Paz is the third best player. Jesus Christ. Every time that picture is a jump scare. Jimmy Butler, Grayson Allen. Did he have Grayson Allen? No. That might have been... No, in the test when I had Grayson Allen, I used him as trade bait. Trey Johnson, Alexander Sarr. What is he doing? 12.6 boards last year. Jesus Christ. Keyshawn George, Anthony Davis. This guy, not real. Oh, there was a way for me to look at that. Cool. Oh, let's just keep going. Tyrese Maxey leads the way with VJ Edgecombe. Joel Embiid is still with the Sixers. 1 year left on that $62 million contract. God damn. Does he have a team option? He does, and he will exercise it to get that 67 mil. Oh my God. Justin Edwards, Colin Sexton, Kelly Oubre Jr., Dean Wade, Dante DiVincenzo, Giannis Antetokounmpo with Bobby Portis, Miles Turner, Glenn Sheldon, Josh Hart, just nothing burger of a roster. Jalen Duren, the Pistons let Jalen Duren go with the Bulls. I don't understand why he's with Josh Giddey, Rob Dillingham, Anthony Simons, Martis Bruzelis. So yeah. Donovan Mitchell with Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Jalen Tyson. Oh, I thought that said Jason Tatum for a second. I was supposed to say, ain't no way. James Harden and Jace Richardson. He traded for Jace Richardson last year, and he averaged 11, 2, and 3, and I think he just let him go in free agency. I don't even think he traded him, or he might have traded him. I don't know. I can check league transactions. I think that still should pop up. Jason Tatum with Jaylen Brown, Peyton Pritchard, Keldon Johnson with the Celtics. Kevin Durant is on the Clippers. Don't know why. Benedict Mathurin is also on the Clippers. Darius Garland is also on this Clippers. Max Christie, Damian Lillard. Okay, this is a very weird team. Ja Morant, Don Nance, Jalen Wells. These are a bunch of Cedric Howard, Zach Edey, G.G. Jackson, Ty Jerome. Like, that's a weird roster. Jalen Johnson, Zachary Richardson, Dyson Daniels. How many steals did he average? Just 1.6. Yeah. Isaiah Stewart is here. Oh my god. You got Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero. Like I said, Asar, Andrew Wiggins there. Yeah, I kind of looked at these teams. Didn't really talk about them, but yeah. So let's try to look at transaction report, trade. So it's going to be a lot of trades with us. He traded for Jace Richardson and Jonathan Isaac and traded away Caleb Houston and Chris Middleton. Then he also traded Malik Monk and a second round pick for Jeremy Grant. Then I traded. Oh, this is the Keegan Murray trade. Oh, I had Ryan Nimhard on my team. Okay. Or was that a different Nimhard that I saw? Anyways, yeah. Carlo Matovic, Nikola Jovic, and a 2029 first round top 3 protected for Keegan Murray. I also traded Justin Champagnie and a 2027 first round pick for a 2028 first round pick from the Clippers. And that's where I got that Gilberto guy. Sid Cisco, whatever. And that's where I got that Jason Rose guy because I got that 2030 first round pick from the 76ers. Then Cam Spencer for another 2030 first round pick. Okay, then he traded Jonathan Isaac, a 28 second round swap for a guy named Richard Hamilton and a 28 second round swap. Then he traded Jeremy Grant and a $13.2 million exception and a 2028 second round swap for. It really doesn't matter. Those guys aren't even on his team anymore. Oh, he traded for Jaden Ivey? Huh. Well, he traded Jaden Ivey. Well, he traded for Jaden Ivey and Naz Reid, and he traded away Ajay Mitchell, CJ McCollum, and Luke Cornett. I thought he signed Kevin Porter Jr. So then he. Okay, so that's the last transaction. So he definitely signed Miles Bridges. But he traded Jace Richardson away to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Kevin Porter Jr. And he traded a 2030 first round pick for him. I think after that, he kind of just leaned into the most trashy team he could put onto the court as humanly possible. So yeah, that's where we stand. So overall, this is what my rotations are gonna look like. Where is it at? Oh, here we go. Rotation is going to look as such. So you got Trae Young, Jerome Ramsey, Moses Moody, Keegan Murray, and Walker Kessler, with Larson off the bench, Jordan Poole, Stephen Lewis, Tyler, Harry Whitehead. Oh, Harry Whitehead's not getting playing time. I might find a way to get Harry Whitehead some more playing time. Matter of fact, I'll do it right now. Get Harry Whitehead 10 minutes. So yeah. Jarris Walker, we're just gonna have to wait for him to come back. I forget how long his injury was or is. I went by it and just brain was turned off. Yeah, I don't actually see it. Oh, here we go. Okay, he's the other person with a dislocated patella, so he's missing more than half the season as well because of this injury. All right, I can't look at his roster, see what his minutes and everything is gonna look like. But I'll say this: I believe that I'm not only going to beat him both games, or how many games do I play him this year? I play him one, two, three, four. I play him four times this year, and I can guarantee that those are going to be four wins. I think we played three or four times last year, and I beat them all those times. My roster is significantly better, especially with Trae Young there. I think going forward, I'm going to look to potentially trade Trae Young. It's going to be hard to do, but just hypothetically, right now, what does it look like? Oh, God. Trae Young and Harry Whitehead for Joel Embiid and Justin Edwards. Um, Same for on my side, but from the Bucks, Miles Turner and Dang. Same on my side, but Josh Giddey and Patrick Williams. Trae Young and Keegan Murray, my two best players for Evan Mobley and Ryan Nimhard, who was on my team last year. Uh, Trae and Tyler for Kevin Durant. He's 39 years old. No, thank you. Trae for in a second for John Morant. I actually thought about this, but then I decided not to because I saw this trade. I think in the off season, I was like, no, no, I can't do that. I also saw this trade, and I genuinely didn't agree with it either for Dyson Daniels. Anything dealing with Dyson Daniels because you're not getting scoring in return. Like, yeah, I'm not going to get back the scoring I want from anybody I trade Trae Young for, but Dyson Daniels is not scoring the ball at all. 15% from the 3 point line is wild. And then you're not even getting the three steals per game that he had 3 years ago at this point. Cam Thomas, I'm genuinely surprised he's on a team. Trae Young for Jaren Jackson Jr. and a first round pick swap best. Trae Young and Jalen Green. It's crazy that they're only 4 years apart because Trae Young's been in the league for 9 years and he's been in the league for 6 years at this point. And for some reason, it just does not feel like those numbers make sense. Anyways, Trae Young for LeBron James and Caleb Love is ridiculous. It's ridiculous that they even consider that. Oh God, that is crazy work. Anyways, Nicholas Claxton and Jeremy Grant. Pascal Siakam in a second round. DeJounte Murray, who is 31 years old, and a top three protected pick from the Pelicans. Emmanuel Quickly, again, 7 years, 9 years, They're a year apart, which is crazy. Jordan Hawkins, De'Aaron Fox, Jeremy Sochan, and Malik Monk. What the hell? That this might be the worst trade. Jesus Christ. And then Paz and Tengus Pingus for Trae Young and Jordan Poole. Wild. Last one. I can trade Trae Young for Anthony Davis in the top 3 protected pick in 2029. Yeah, no thank you. That's so much more cap space I'd be taking on. So there's definitely no good trades right now. I'm gonna have to wait until a little later on in the season. What we did is that I Googled when the trade deadline was, which was March 5th, or excuse me, February 5th. So we sent to February 5th, and then we made any trades that we felt like we needed to make, or whatever the case may be. So just to give a little pause into the forever long simulation that the freaking game did. Is there another way for me to look at? I can look at my staff like that. Remember, I have an all-woman staff. I can't. Anyways, I can't look at like her record, which is a bit annoying. I can't just look at what her overall record is or whatever the case may be. Yeah. My future picks, I have Jesus Christ. I have 4 first round picks next year, and then I have another 4 first round picks in 2030. I don't have any first round picks in 2029. So there is that. This one is lottery protected, and this is swap best with the Hawks. So, honestly, with that, I'll probably end up trading picks away to get better players potentially in the off season. That's the best time to make trades because a lot of teams don't have players on their roster, so you can just and you also don't have that many players on your roster, so you can freely make trades for players. Um, I don't think there is anything else I need to talk about. I think that covers just about everything. Oh, let's look at our salary cap breakdown because this was a funny thing that we talked about where my total team salary is $188.10 million. I am negative $30.83 million into the cap and $2.9 million luxury cap room. Cool. Sounds good. I mean, and if you look at my roster, like, yeah, it obviously makes sense. Trae Young, 50 million. Walker Kessler, 28 million. Keegan Murray, 26 million. Jace Walker, or Jarris Walker, 23 million. Another 10 to Moses Moody. Another 10 to Jerome Ramsey. Yeah, so that's what, 6 players? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. I'm spending over $10 million to, and 3 of those players are getting 20. So it makes sense why I have basically no money. But if you look at him, you look at what he's doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players over $10 million. He just added Nas Reed to 25 million, which 25 million on my roster would put him as the fourth highest paid player. He just barely makes more than Jarris Walker, and Jarris Walker will be at that next year. But of course, next year he'll have more than he has his player option. But anyways, but then you're spending 17 million on Peyton Watson, 16 on Tari Easton, 15 on Jaden Ivey, 13 Jared Vanderbilt, 13 on Kevin Porter Jr., 11 on Wilson Parker, and another 10 on Miles Bridges, and a 9.8 on Sam Merrill. And to have negative $0.2 million in cap space. Like, he's spending $23 million less than me, and he is still way over the cap. It's hilarious. His freaking GM, or his no, not his GM, he's the GM. His governor just does not like spending money. He has a cheapo governor, and it's the funniest thing ever, because when we were looking at the staff, and it's like, yeah, I still have $3.7 million to spend. He's like, oh great, I'm scrounging to sign a person for peanuts because I have like 500,000 to spend, or I think it was 300,000. I think he had to spend. And I was like, that sucks to be you, buddy. Oh, we can look at upcoming free agents. Ooh, Luka Doncic, Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, Jeremiah Fears, VJ Eshgram, Zion Williamson, Jalen Brunson, John Morant, Kevin Durant, Zachary Richardson, Trey Johnson, Alexander Sarr, Bam Adebayo, Brandon Ingram, Darius Garland, OG Ananobi, DeJounte Murray, Derek Queen, Ron Hollins, Jalen Wells. So, yeah, there's a lot, but you have to remember that a lot of these players are going to be RFAs, so restricted free agents like Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, Jeremiah Fears, and VJ Edgecombe. They're going to be restricted free agents, so you're not going to be able to really go after them like you want. You can go after a 29-year-old Luka or a 28-year-old Zion, 29-year-old Ja, a 40-year-old Kevin Durant. Like, overall, it's not that great. And of course, a 43-year-old LeBron. How can we forget that? But overall, this is not the best upcoming free agency class. What top free agents are out there now? Oh, RJ Barrett is a free agent. That's crazy. Literally, all these other people are just like kind of nothing burgers. Well, Marcus Smart, he's what, 20? He's 33. So, this confused me because I saw Cole Anthony and I'm like, oh, that's that Cole Anthony, Greg Anthony's son. And then I'm like, that's not his picture. And I saw the position was power forward, and I'm like, that's not him. So there's just another guy named Cole Anthony. That's wonderful. Um, yeah, Andre Drummond playing for the Texas Legends. Johnny Juzang still in the league. So, but why does it all say, 1 year, 1 year? Hello? Why? My controller just like stopped working for whatever reason. Lovely. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Why does RJ Barry's roster say a team can have? All right. Well, I can't even attempt to sign him because, or to see because I have too many players on my roster. It's fine. I don't really care that much. Contract extensions. The only person that's eligible that I saw was Moses Moody. Everybody else is not eligible because of the contracts that they have. So it's fine. The only person I would ever resign is Moses Moody. So yeah, it is what it is with that. Oh man, I can't show off like I can't show off my personal player trophies. That sucks. Anyways, so yeah, I am going to wrap it up there. So we'll be coming out with season two of this very very soon. No technical difficulties this time. So yeah, probably probably this Sunday we'll come out with it, and then I'll try to put it up, get it up by Monday. So we shall see. He is currently like in panic mode because he is a Pittsburgh Penguins season ticket holder, and yeah, he is struggling over there. They're currently getting the brakes beat off of them by the Philadelphia Flyers. So, anyways, thank you for everybody that has been watching. Make sure you subscribe to the video, and I will catch y'all later. Well, hold on. I said that terribly. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel and you subscribe there. Make sure you go to the Twitch channel, same name, and drop a follow. It's free for me. No, it's free for you, but it means the world to me. I'm tired. I need to stop recording. I just got recording freaking God of War. And yeah, so thank you. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.